Hello Collective, this video is all about connecting with other worldly beings and the higher beings of light. So if you guys have already connected with the other worldly beings, then that is confirmation you are raising your frequency and you are able to connect with the other worldly beings and the higher beings of light. And if you haven't, it doesn't mean to say that you won't. It will happen at the right time for you. But if it's something what you wish to happen, then it will do on your soul journey, maybe just a bit further along in the future. So my guides have told me that it's okay to give the collective a little bit of information about one of my connections I have had with another worldly being. A little bit how we connected and his connection to me. So let's get started. The masculine figure who approached me a good few years ago now came to me when I was in meditation, and he did feel quite familiar to me at the time, but I just wanted to be sure it was safe to connect with him. So I asked him to show himself what his intentions were towards me, who he was, where he was from, and I also asked my guides, was it safe to connect? So I got the okay from my guides, and because what I'd seen of him was a projection. When I was meditating, we were speaking telepathically, and then I'd have seen a projection of him. And he gave me the name Romaine, and he was a spiritual warfare military fighter, and he was Palladian. And he had spent many lifetimes around the Palladian area and in different parts of the universe which are more high vibrational, trying to keep them safe from species such as reptilian, because spiritual warfare is going on out in the universe. The lower vibrational energies and the higher vibrational energies don't mix well. So yes, that is very much real spiritual warfare. And he was covered from head to toe in grey silver armour. And he asked me and gave me an invitation to connect. So I accepted his invitation, and he told me that he had seen my name on an energetic scroll, and he had known me from certain past lives and also the parallel also. So maybe if the collective do connect with other worldly beings, they will have their names on a scroll, and that is for the other worldly beings and the higher beings to see, so they know where the collective are and where they are on the journey. And if they do come to you, that is probably why, because they know you are ready to connect on your journey, and you will more than likely have a connection with that being, whether that's past lives or in the parallel also. And Romaine asked me, did I want to travel with him to that part of the universe where he was from, around the Palladian area. and I could see a little bit of the spiritual warfare, what was going on, because I would gain information from that and insight to what I was going through on my journey, that moment in time. And I decided I would go with him, but to go with him, I was awake in meditation, so I had to project my energy, which is quite difficult at times to do it for a certain amount of time. It can be tiring and quite exhausting. So, my guides and my creator said to me I was able to go, but only for a certain amount of time. So I managed to project my energy and I went with Romaine. And I just remember being sat in his spacecraft. He didn't want it to be called a spaceship, it was a spacecraft. And it was mostly glass, especially around the top. So I was able to see everything whilst we were out in the spacecraft. It was lovely and quiet, very peaceful for a short amount of time. And I would ask him certain questions. I felt like a curious child. But that didn't last very long, the conversation, because we got to where the spiritual warfare was happening, and that was mostly the reptilians who will try and take over parts of the universe. They are more of a lower vibrational species, and they will try and take over places where they feel like they can. They don't always succeed. But yes, the spiritual warfare team, which Romaine is from, fights against the reptilians. But yes, my projection only lasted for so long, and I got told that I had to come back, and he had to help me get back safely, which he did, and I have connected with him a few more times since then, normally when I least expect it. So, how we are able to connect is through energetic portals. And every single person will travel through energetic portals when they astral travel at night, or if they go into a deep, deep state of meditation, they are able to astral travel and go through their energetic portals. So that's how otherworldly beings, different kinds of spirits, entities travel through the energetic portals. You will normally have an energetic portal in your home, and there will be numerous ones outside where entities, spirits travel. So Theo is just asking me to tell you a little bit more of information on the portals. I don't want the video to be too long, but you and your guides will set them up in your home. So if you move home, well, whilst you are asleep at night, your spirit will create a new portal, and you will have shut the old portal down in your own home, in the old home. And you can always, if it makes you feel better, if it's something you are aware of, you can just ask your guides to help keep it safe, secure, and protected if it's a new portal. and to fully close down the old one from your old home. But yes, that was just a little bit more information. Also, going back to the other worldly beings, the universe will sometimes give you confirmations that what you see is correct and it's not all in your mind, and you will know yourselves if you connect with otherworldly beings. It's not in your mind. But it is nice to have confirmations every now and again, especially detailed ones. So if you do go to see certain spiritualists, certain healers, they may pick up on certain guides, certain soulmates. I was having a session a little while ago and they picked up on Romaine, and I hadn't said anything. They described to me what he looked like, where he was from, his connection to me on a soul level, which we do have a connection. I hadn't said everything and it all sounded very familiar. I hadn't seen Romaine for a good while. He's not a being who I connect with on a regular basis because he isn't a guide, he isn't a protector, he is an acquaintance, a soulmate, and we just connect on a nice energetic frequency. And I learn from him, and he will also learn from me. Also, he has never lived any lives here on earth, but I will know him through different experiences and different lives out in the universe. So it was truly amazing how she could pick up on his frequency and the connection between us to what he looked like. It was just a nice confirmation from the universe, even though I knew myself that it had truly happened. It was nice for her to confirm it also when I didn't ask, and I had also seen him at the same time, and it had been a long time since I'd seen him, so for us both to see him that day, it was a positive experience indeed. So I've just mentioned that in case that happens with you guys. You may go to see a spiritual practitioner and they may mention a high being of light, a certain otherworldly being, a guide, who you've not mentioned, and it's just a nice confirmation on your soul journey. So I will leave that there for now. Take care on your spiritual journey. Goodbye.